Hey guys, I'm Mrs.Brain.thang. If you have not done so already, go ahead and follow me on Facebook and Instagram. If you like this video, go ahead and like the video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that way when I put up these videos, you guys will get the notification before I actually post it on social media. Now, this video looks a little different because I'm not actually home. I'm at my parents' house. So I'm trying this out since I wanted to go ahead and record the video before I actually had time to really do it at home because I have other stuff going on. I'll get to it. So if you do follow me on Facebook and Instagram, you know that the day before yesterday, today is Wednesday. I had to look at my Fitbit because I've been out of work so long. I don't know what day it is, but today's Wednesday. So I went to see my ophthalmologist on Monday. And so before I could actually get to what happened at that appointment, I'm going to go ahead and backtrack kind of like my journey to you guys. I'm going to be using terminology, and I already apologize for not going into great detail with the terminology. This video really isn't for education. It's really kind of like for an update. So I'm going to try to go as quick as I can so this video won't be forever long. And then I'm going to probably make another video that will explain kind of like the words I'm using in this video. So I apologize for this bra strap already. I got a new tattoo, so I'm really not trying to have anything rub up against it. This might come off a little tacky, but it's okay because you guys know me. Anywho, back on topic. So in 2018, when I originally got diagnosed, I know this YouTube channel really just zones in on the Chiari malformation, but before I was diagnosed with Chiari malformation, I was actually diagnosed with intracranial hypertension and a pseudotumor cerebri. So those were the first things I got diagnosed with. So when we backtrack, when I was starting to lose my peripheral vision, when I was starting to have these bad headaches, when I originally went to a neurologist, and the ophthalmologist too also diagnosed me, first with the pseudotumor and with the intracranial hypertension, which is nicknamed or abbreviated IHH when you look it up online. So with those two diagnoses, I had to go get a CT scan. So the CT scan and then the MRI confirmed that I actually had Chiari malformation. My brain had herniated. So, being that Chiari malformation was the bigger monster of the diagnosis, and what I consider to be the like I said, the monster of the diagnosis, the bigger deal out the three diagnoses, and the one that we were really focusing on and tackling. When I created YouTube or decided to journal my journey, I decided to go ahead and focus on Chiari malformation. But in reality, I was diagnosed with three things: the intracranial hypertension, the pseudotumor, and the Chiari malformation. Now, everyone who's diagnosed with Chiari malformation does not have any other diagnosis. It just so happened that I had three things going on with me. Where some people may just have the Chiari malformation, or they may have the Chiari malformation and the intracranial hypertension, or they may have Chiari malformation and something completely different. But in my case, these are the three that I was diagnosed with. So once I received one opinion back then in 2018, and then I went to see another doctor, it was decided with me and Dr. Gregorian that the decompression, that craniectomy, and the laminectomy would be my best route of treatment. So it would fix the Chiari malformation. Not fix it, but it will open up the canal so that way my cerebral fluid will have more room to flow. But it was in theory that if there was more room to flow for the cerebral fluid, that I wouldn't have extra fluid sitting on my brain. And that's what a pseudotumor is. A pseudotumor is when you're trying to treat a tumor that's not actually there. So being that my body thinks that there's a tumor in there, my body is creating more cerebral fluid and it's basically suffocating my brain. So there's just fluid sitting up there for no reason. There's not a tumor up there. So, in theory, if we open up and fix or try to correct the Chiari malformation, my cerebral fluid will flow and therefore I won't have a buildup of fluid sitting on my brain. So now, after I had this decompressing surgery, they call it decompression, but it's the craniectomy and the laminectomy. So after I had this in 2018, and I say 2018 earlier, but really I got diagnosed in 2017. I think I messed that part up. But yeah, so I got the surgery in 2018. And so then after the surgery, I went to my follow-up appointments and did all that good stuff. And they were still watching my optic nerves, which was the first tell sign of the intracranial hypertension, the pseudotumor. Really was my first diagnosis, the pseudotumor. So after the surgery, of course, my headaches got better, my vision improved. I was having all this good stuff happen. But on my right side, my optic nerve still wasn't really moving. And I think I've shared that with you guys. At one of the appointments, they were saying that my eyes are getting better, but they're still watching that right side. So now let's fast forward, okay, to, I guess, Monday. So I go in, and of course, I go in like, okay, going to my appointment, not a big deal, get dilated, all that good stuff. Got dilated, did the visual field, and then they took pictures, which is standard for me. So I go in, and the doctor comes in. She said, well, how are you doing? I'm like, I'm doing great. And a good doctor could tell when you're not necessarily being honest. So she said, well, have the headaches improved? I said, yeah, I mean, I have them here and there, but it's not necessarily a big deal. And so she said, okay, well, how's your vision? I said, everything's great. I'm way better than I used to be, which is true, but not true. So she said, well, your visual fields hasn't improved. Your right eye hasn't improved. Your left eye is getting a little better, but we're really concerned about your right eye. Are you sure you're not having any head pains? So I said, yeah, I'm having head pain. I said, I'm having head pain. Yeah, I know there's pressure behind there. Like, I know. She said, okay, well, are you still following up with your surgeon? Now, the last surgeon I've been to, hold on a second. Sorry about that. I hope this don't look crooked. Yeah. So anywho, like I was saying, which I think I remember where I was at. So when I saw her and she looked at all my tests and all that stuff and she saw that it wasn't improving, she said, just like another doctor said to me, that I need to go up to Atlanta to see about possibly getting a shunt placed. So this shunt would be kind of like on the side, well, not necessarily on this side because this is my left side, but on the side, and then it's going to be a tube that runs down my neck into my belly to drain this extra cerebral fluid. So she's not the first one who said this, and it could be, I don't know if I even mentioned it, because a lot of times when you're going through stuff like that, or I guess the being traumatized from having the first brain surgery, I really don't even want to speak on certain things, but back in, I think it was November, December, my other surgeon that I was seeing after I saw Gregorian, I can't say his name, but he told me that I need to go out to Atlanta for the same reason, because my cerebral fluid, I still have a pseudotumor present. So he said it, and so I let him schedule the appointment, and then I canceled it. And I think I did say that, but I may not went into detail exactly. And so then fast forward, that was in November, and my primary physician told me I need to go to Atlanta. And so now I have my ophthalmologist telling me that I seriously need to consider getting a shunt placed. Am I going to get a shunt placed? I don't plan to. And here's why. Unless they say I'm going to actually go blind, I'm not trying to get any other brain surgery. And I know I sound like a hypocrite because I tell you guys to go to a doctor. I am going to a doctor this time just because me and her, it's hard to summarize our conversation because it was a pretty long conversation on why she think I need to go ahead and get this shot. But I felt like if this not absolutely necessary, I'm not jumping to go get my head cracked open again. Those of you who've been following me from my original surgery, and those of you who's been through it or going through it, or know someone who's been through it or going through it, know that this surgery isn't really a walk in the park, that it takes its toll on you. I mean, that surgery consumed my whole summer. I had to learn to walk. I mean, and it takes at least a year to really recover from that. And once you recover from something like that, you're not necessarily jumping to go through it. And yeah, a shunt place isn't the same as what they did, the decompression, but just the idea that I would lay on the table again like that to get something placed, and then in my head, the idea of, okay, are they gonna have to change the shunt? Like, what? I know it can't just stay up there forever, right? I didn't even I didn't ask any details because I was just so gung-ho on, I'm not doing it. So after speaking to her, I am going to go ahead and not cancel this appointment and go up to Emory Hospital up in Atlanta, which they're supposed to be calling me this week for that appointment. And I'm going into it with a clear mind, not with any assumptions, but I am going into it on the belief that I'm not getting the shunt place unless it's absolutely necessary. That's just where I'm at. If I'm not going to lose any vision, I'm not going to get anything placed in my body right now. But I am going to run the test, and I'm not a dummy. I'm going to do whatever I have to do for me, and I have a son, I have a family, so I'm not going to do something stupid like just not get it done, even though I really need to get it done. So, and I've been thinking about it, because when I first came from seeing her, I was really kind of like upset about it, but that's why I wanted to wait a little while before I actually made this video, to give time for logic to sink in. So I was thinking, my favorite Bible scripture or Bible prayer is actually the prayer of Jabez. If you look in the Bible, he says, "Oh, that thou would bless me indeed, and enlarge my coast, that thine hand might be with me, that thou would keep me from evil, that it may not grieve me." And then it says that God granted him his prayer. And that's my favorite prayer, because that's basically the prayer I live by. And I'm not trying to get biblical on you guys. If you need biblical or somebody to preach at you, you could go ahead and follow my dad. I'm going to link his Facebook down here if you need a sermon. Yeah, I'm going to link him down here because some of you guys already follow him. But yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. But what I'm saying is, Christianity is a big part of my life, a big part of why I make the decisions I make. And when I was going through it the first time, I really sought out I looked within, and I prayed to God. I always prayed, bless me to make the right decision. And I feel like if I do that, if I make the right decision, I'll have, more than likely, I have a good turnout, right? Because I'm following the path that I'm supposed to follow. And so I'm going to go ahead and go to this appointment. And I believe that if this is something that I need to do, that God will lead me, or God will speak to me so that I could feel that in my heart. But I'm not jumping to do that at all. Like I said, unless they tell me it's something that's mandatory, because as far as pain, and like I said, when I talk to you guys, I said, headaches here and there, but I know they're telling the truth, because truthfully, I know you know before doctors know that there's something wrong. So I'm going to have to duck down. This is my right side, okay? What it feels like is as if there was a sledgehammer that was pressing down on this side. That's what it feels like. All this, the back, as if there's a sledgehammer pressing down on my right side. I feel the pressure, like my eyes, I could feel it almost like something behind it is being squeezed. And I guess that's what that pseudotumor feels like. And it's not on my left side, really. It's really right here, just this half of my head. So That's how I know they're telling the truth, and I know before she knew. And in the back of my mind, I knew what she was gonna say, but sometimes you want to live the dream and feel like I'm gonna go in there and somehow my visual fields is gonna be great and my pictures are gonna be awesome and everything's gonna be good. But then reality kicks in, and you know the pain you're in, so you know there's something not right. Just how I knew the first time something wasn't right. So I did not plan to go to Emory. They're going to call me this week. I don't plan to go in the next 4 weeks because I have other stuff going on. I have other procedures happening that's not Chiari related. But when I do go, I think that's when I'm going to go ahead and update you guys. So this video is already running almost 16 minutes long. Like I said, I know this video didn't go into all detail, but it's just basically just an update on how my appointment went. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video off. You guys know how to contact me. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Go ahead and message me, subscribe, comment, and I think that's all I have to say. So I will see you guys next time.